Okay.
Greetings, friends and followers. This is Nurses Talking, and I am Del Barzi. As always, if you like what you see and hear, subscribe. Leave us a comment. We would love to know what you think. On this program, we speak to nurses anywhere on the globe at any stage in their nursing career, from students to retirees. And we try to share our challenges and our inspirations and our hopes and dreams for this profession of ours. So today, I am very, very pleased to welcome Michelle Ignacio. And Michelle is a single mother of 2 teenagers.
Yes.
She says she's been a nurse for 6 years now, and already she has seen many downfalls in the medical field. She says she refuses to be used for monetary and labor reasons just to make a medical facility look appealing to patients and physicians. She has worked in ambulatory surgery setting for most of her nursing career and found that this is where many nurses are transitioning to because of the abuse in hospitals. She's now providing a different kind of advocating for her community and patients through financial literacy, because she found that not only can she still help people, but can make her own schedule and determine her own income. She says she's seen too many last-minute fundraisers and patients in hardship because they did not know about their financial resources. And now she wants to empower everyone that she's here to help, so they can have peace of mind if they ever come across a situation where they lose their income or they're the only breadwinner of the family and need financial assistance. So Michelle, thank you so very, very much for this. Because very often people don't think that see being in the financial industry as helping people. So
Yes.
I'm going to translate those helping skills from one place to the other. Yes. But let's start. I usually want to find out from people why they're nurses. So why did you become a nurse?
So I became a nurse because I, of course, experienced being a patient. And experience family members being patients and how they were treated, and just the care that the nurses gave inspired me. So I of course wanted to be a part of that career, and have people look up to me, for inspiration.
Yeah,
so that's why.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. That's as good a reason as any. And many people that I speak to come through that path where they have experienced nurses, they have been patients themselves or family members or friends, and they've been impacted that way.
Yes.
So, but you said you've been a nurse for 6 years. What were you before you were a nurse?
I was still in the medical field, but I was like a medical receptionist in physicians' offices. So I always knew I wanted to be in the medical field, eventually be a nurse.
Okay, so you didn't come to this from something totally different.
No.
Right. Curiously though, if you weren't a nurse, what would you be, would you think?
What would I be if I wasn't a nurse? I don't know. I would think I would be doing something in finance, actually.
Okay, which you are. Okay. So what are some of those challenges that you experienced becoming a nurse?
Becoming a nurse. So everything you learned in nursing school, it's not by the book. You want it to be, but it's not by the book, because things happen last minute and you kind of have to think on your feet.
Yeah.
And you have to kind of prioritize what's most important right that second.
Yeah.
So you can't always go by the book,
But I think that's one of the great skills that we acquire in this profession, the ability to think quickly, to just turn on a dime and get things done safely, properly, understanding that it may not be by the book, but also I think we understand, or those who wrote the books understand, that things are not going to always go by the book.
Yes. not going to work that way all the time.
No. Just because you're dealing with people
Yes.
in different situations, and you know, what may be routine to you is a devastating thing to them.
Yes.
You know.
Definitely.
So yeah, that's really thing. So you still work as a nurse, right? Even though you're in finance.
Yes, I still work part-time as a nurse because I still love the field and I love still helping my patients and educating them and giving them the knowledge they need before they leave my care. You know, and the little tasks I do as a nurse, you know, starting IVs and
Yeah.
that's like one of my favorite tasks, but you know, you always got to commend yourself when you get a hard stick and everybody else tried, but you got it.
Listen, come and help me.
But yes,
I know that feeling.
Yes. I think I will always be a nurse. It will always be in my doorstep. But you know, there's always other things.
Of course.
I like to dabble in, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, I think the more I speak to nurses, the more I know just how multifaceted we are. We're forever dabbling in something else.
Yes, something else.
It's what we do.
Yes.
I think that's one of the things that draw us to the profession in the first place. Even though it can appear to be routine, it never really is routine.
Yes.
And so, you know, those are some of the things I think. So you're still in ambulatory surgery, huh?
Yes, I am. I do love it. You know, you can't beat that schedule. You know, no nights, weekends, or holidays.
Exactly. You can't beat the schedule. Like you can. So you told me what you like. What's your pet hate? Because I know every nurse has a pet hate. What's your pet hate?
What I hate about it? Let's see. I guess I wouldn't say I hate all leadership.
Oh, actually, no, actually, maybe I phrased the question incorrectly. For example, when I said, what's your pet hate? My pet hate, for example, is sputum. I can't stand it.
Oh,
you know, bring everything else. Please keep that.
Pet peeve. Your pet peeve.
Pet peeve, yeah.
My pet peeve is people coming in and they've eaten and drank knowing that they're going to have sedation in a little bit.
Even though all your instructions specifically said, do not eat or drink.
Yes. Oh, yes. It's funny sometimes, and you really have to break it down to them why not eat or drink, you know, and then they'll understand. But you know, it's just sad because then we have to cancel the procedure.
Exactly, because by the time they get to you, it's too late.
Yes,
you know, Oh my goodness, I know. There was a time when I did trauma surgery and then also ambulatory surgery. Ophthalmic ambulatory surgery, and I get exactly what you're saying, because people seem to think, well, they're going to be on my eyes. What do I need to, you know? No. It's not a good thing.
That's the average common sense that they would have. The average common sense they would have. Yeah. You're working on my eyes. Why do I have to stop eating and drinking?
Exactly. What's that got to do with anything?
That's so true.
Yeah. Anyway. So you in your bio, you said that you saw a lot of burnout and a lot of nurses are transitioning to ambulatory. What do you think is causing all of this? Because we know there is a lot of burnout, and there was before. I mean, COVID highlighted the nursing and all the pitfalls, but people were burning out before that.
Yeah, people were burning out.
What do you think is causing all of this?
I mean, all that I hear and I've experienced is nurses just feel like they're being abused for less pay. They're given more work for less wages. You know, they're more responsibilities.
I
Fair. Yeah.
I will tell you that as I have been a nurse for greater than 40 years. I do not work full time anymore.
Yeah.
But of the change that I've seen, and you're talking about nurses feeling abused and more work being put on them.
Yes.
As
Yes.
a young nurse, you're in this 6 years, and if I go back to when I was a nurse for 6 years, for example,
Yeah.
most of the institutions in which you worked were kind of like standalone, or maybe they were part of a 2 or 3 hospital group.
Yes.
But medical healthcare has become so corporate
Oh,
and
yes.
so huge
Yes.
that what comes down to us now is that we are practicing. I have said that we're practicing defensive nursing,
Yes.
and you have become part of this huge conglomerate, this huge business machine. And it is so difficult to know. We talk about healthcare, but it's so difficult to know where the business ends and the care begins.
Yes,
You
exactly.
know, and
Yeah.
the people who are making the decisions for us have no clue what we do.
Have no clue. They've made everything so monetary
Yeah.
that it's like, well, what are we caring for then if all you care about is, making money?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's sad. It's really sad.
It's sad. It's money and protocol and things that leave the actual person that you're caring for. If there were 10 things on the list that you have to do, then the person is number 10.
No.
And you're like, what?
Exactly.
I get it. I get it. And I don't know how, other than we are going to have to be very forceful as a
Very,
profession.
very.
Other than that, I don't know how we will fix it. I know that we have unions and organizations and things like that. But somehow we have to be a bit more forceful, because even with all these unions and organizations, look at where we are. It's a tsunami. People are leaving the profession.
It is.
And what do you do? It cannot. This is not self-sustaining at all.
It's not self-sustaining, and I feel really bad for the seasoned nurses, because I feel like they're getting the back end of all this, and we need them. We need them to teach us, guide us, and I feel for them.
We need nurses everywhere. And that's one of the things that I really want nurses to see, is that we are and can be everywhere, in every industry. We have the skills to function.
Yes.
We
can definitely multitask.
It's our daily life.
Working under pressure.
Working under pressure, thinking 15 things at once, So I think that, I really do think though that we will get there. I think we will get there. It's going to take some time and it's going to take some push, but I think that we will get there, because all this burnout that we're talking about, and all of this leaving of the profession, we can't have this. We can't have this. And perhaps, I don't know if you would agree with me, but some of this burnout is our fault. It's our fault. It's still a female-dominated profession.
It is,
And we, as women, we have this thing of putting everything and everybody before us.
Yes.
And perhaps this will teach us that we matter, and we have to put ourselves ahead of the game. We have to.
Exactly. Yes, we do.
Yeah.
For ourselves, for future nurses,
Yeah.
So,
I think that maybe we have. Anyway, I've spent so much time on that. Can you tell it bothers me?
Yes, I know.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. But anyway, what would you say is your greatest achievement as a nurse so far?
Greatest achievement. I think my greatest achievement is being able to adapt to any environment I've been put into, and learn new skills, new procedures, really quick.
Mhm.
It's allowed me to kind of like negotiate my wages sometimes,
Yeah.
negotiate my job duties. So I think that's a really big skill a nurse should have, able to adapt to any environment, whether it be new technology coming in to the department, or new policies coming in that we have to implement right away, a new evidence-based practice that we have to follow. So, and you have to take that in without, complaining, just go with the flow because it's there. It's
Mhm.
there now. It's in our protocols and we have to do it.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. And that is something that is constant. There's
yes,
always something. There's always something.
always.
Yeah, that is something that's constant. You can't get
Yeah.
so comfortable in what you know.
No, you can't. Oh,
So as someone who has been in the profession for 6 years,
yes.
what advice do you think you'd give to somebody who wants to be a nurse?
Wants to be a nurse. I would say just learn from everybody as much as you can. Don't go into the profession thinking you know everything because there's always something new to learn. you know, Take heed in, the seasoned nurses when they say, hey, maybe you should have done this way. Just have really good communication with
Yeah,
your preceptors,
yeah,
so they know where you're coming from. They know what you want from them, what you want to learn and everything. I think that's a really big thing for new nurses,
yeah.
you
I
know.
think so. I think so. I think so. Because you said don't go in thinking you know everything. Actually,
Yeah.
you don't know anything.
No,
You
you
just
don't.
went through 4 years or however many days and you studied your little butt off,
Yeah.
only to find you don't know anything.
No, you don't know anything.
So, Michelle, I'm collecting these words.
Yes.
I want to know what we see in each other. And so, if you had to describe the most essential quality of a nurse in just one word, what would that word be?
One quality in what again?
If the most essential quality of a nurse in just
Oh,
one word.
nurse. Okay. Innovative.
Innovative, yes,
Yeah.
definitely, definitely. You cannot be one without being innovative.
Oh, you can't.
There's no success if you're not innovative, I'm telling
Oh
you.
gosh. Yes.
So let us talk about the financial thing.
Yeah.
Why finance?
Okay. So I was introduced to it by a couple of women, and they were just asking if I was maybe open to, I originally talked to them because I wanted to get set up for retirement. I needed
Aha.
to know what steps I needed to take to prepare for retirement.
Yeah.
And they were asking, how much I think I could put away every month towards my retirement? And I gave them a number, and they said, well, if are you open to any career opportunities? And I was like, of course, and any new career opportunities to bring more
Mhm.
funds into the home, I would definitely be open to it. So that's how I got started. And the way they presented the information to me made me feel like, wow, this is something that could really impact the community and my patients because I have the information now.
Yeah.
And like I said to you, there's so many last minute fundraisers and so many last minute like monetary
Yeah. Yeah.
gatherings that people have
Yeah.
to do
Mhm.
when they get diagnosed with a critical illness or somebody's passed away.
Yeah.
I feel like when you're supposed to be grieving at that time, you shouldn't have to worry about finances and how you're going to pay for services, everything, you know? So I just found that with my patients that I was coming across, even coworkers, you know, people aren't ready.
Yeah.
They're not ready, prepared for that. And it's one of the most vital things in life that to be prepared for. It your retirement, you know, when you die, we have insurance for cell phones, for God's sake, you know, so, for cell phones, and we have car insurance, we have home insurance. I mean, why wouldn't you insure your life?
Yeah.
You know, you definitely don't want to be that burden on your family when your time comes.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? Yeah. And I just feel like financial literacy is something that we should have been taught growing up, probably just before finishing high school. Because I wish I would have known about this a long time ago. I would have gotten started a long time ago. And now I feel like I have to catch up.
You have to catch up right now. Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like, and I do it for free. I, you know, consult everybody that wants to know, because I want to share this information with people. And if I can help them, great. If not, they might know somebody that might need help. I just feel like I've gotten really passionate about it now, and I've helped a few people already, and I'm so grateful that they're not losing any more money and that they're ready, you know, for their retirement, all that stuff.
Yeah. Do you think that I think well, let's forget about what I think.
Yeah.
Do you think that some of that unpreparedness has to do with our our history with money? For example, we tend to think of money being bad.
Yes.
Yes.
And I feel like growing up, we're told to, you know, graduate from college, have a family, have children, put money in your savings, have a full-time job. But then after that, nobody tells you how to prepare for your future. You know?
Yeah.
So I'm thankful now that I know, because my son's 19, my daughter's 16, and I can kind of implement this soon.
Yeah, and get them started early.
Yes, start early. And some of these nurses I've seen that are still working, and I feel like they shouldn't have to be working now at their age, but they weren't prepared. So I feel really bad, you know, when people can't retire.
Yeah. And you know, it's not an easy job to have to work at in your later years. I mean, if you want to, by all means. But to have to, it's very difficult. It's hard.
Very difficult, and especially when you're doing a nurse's task where it's labor work. You know, so when you're in that retirement age, you kind of just want to
stop
and
already.
enjoy the rest of it. You want to enjoy the rest of your life, you know.
Yeah, it's difficult. Anyway, perhaps, you know, as you said, there are quite a few nurses getting into the financial industry. And perhaps you can spread the word, you know, and change the outlook, because we spend a lot of time working and making money. And we get ourselves used to increasing levels of lifestyle. And then you can't not make the money.
You can't make
but there is no time to figure out how to safely and properly invest or make that money work for you.
Yes, because there's a cap in corporate America. There is a cap to what you can make in any job. You know, and at least with the firm that I'm with, you determine your income, and it's significantly a lot more, which is sad.
Well,
But
yeah, it is what it is. Yeah.
So yeah, I just want to spread the word and help anybody I can, whether it be in the medical facility or financially. Just because I'm that nurse that has feel like she's gotten empowered, both in the hospital and out in the financial field. So
yeah. I like that word, the power.
Empowered. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me, we talk about being burnt out and work and stuff like that. And I said we don't take care of ourselves, but what does self-care mean to you?
Self-care means being okay to say no to certain obligations. You know what you have time for. So you can make the choice to make time for yourself. You don't always have to say yes to every invite you get.
True.
Nobody will think less of you if you decline an invitation, and if they do, it's their loss.
It is. Because I asked that, and I've been asking that because I think that, again, I said we put ourselves last, and we don't see that if we don't take care of ourselves, we really can't take care of anybody else. We're going through the motions, but it's not real care.
No, it's not.
It's not real care.
No.
So I ask that, and I ask that of every nurse I speak to. What does it mean to you? Because I want people to think about it. I am guilty of going without even thinking about myself, and putting myself, I have to do this for that person, I have to do that for that person. And then on the job, can you do this extra shift? And and you're like, I don't really want to, but then somebody gives you this puppy dog eyes and the guilt trip, and you're like, all right.
I'll pick up another 12-hour shift.
I'll pick up, and then I justify it by buying myself something that I don't really want or need.
Yeah, I know. We do it to ourselves, but you have to remember you have that choice. So.
And that's a huge word, actually. Self-care is about choice. It's about choice. What you do for yourself, when you do it, how you do it, and
exactly.
Absolutely. So, is there anything else you'd like to share with us before we
go? No, I mean, if you all need help, financially, if you just want to learn about how to properly use your money and invest and prepare for retirement, and cover yourself, before, unfortunate events happen, everybody needs to be prepared. We don't like to think about it, but we have to be prepared for the worst. Don't be the burden in the family. You don't want your family to scramble at the last minute, to give you a beautiful service at the end, when they should be really grieving for you and soaking in those devastating feelings, but my services are free. I just want to help everybody that I can, especially families with kids, so, but
So I will, Michelle, put contact information for you, if you like, in the description box.
Okay.
Video.
Sure.
So that, if you put it out there, hey, someone might be helped.
Yes, I appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you so very much, Michelle. I really appreciate you talking to me today.
Of course.
And helping on both sides. And, because that for me has always been, it's such a big thing.
It is.
I remember the first time I said to someone, someone was doing advanced directives, and I said, your healthcare proxy should not be your power of attorney.
No.
And so it's like, why
Yes.
not? I was like, just think that through. Just think that through.
Yes, think it through. You have to tell them why, you got to tell them why.
Yeah. So I'm really glad you're helping people on those two fronts. Thank you so very much.
Yes, thank you so much.
Take care of yourself.